Do you work for a leader that is so focused on building consensus, making sure everyone has their say before a decision is made that it's slowing things down? It can either be something you love about them or maybe even something that drives you crazy. My name is Tammy Dennett, your leadership and communication skills coach, and in today's video, we're talking about that highly supportive, highly collaborative leadership style, the high S in the DISC model. In leadership, understanding your style of leading and communicating is critical to building stronger teams and getting the results you want, quite frankly. One of the most simple and powerful tools that has been used for years by millions of organizations is the DISC assessment. The DISC model is a simple and powerful tool. And what it does is, after a very short questionnaire, which everyone always says is, I can't believe just from those questions I got all this about me. It's true. But from this very short questionnaire, you find out your blend and how you respond to challenges and to people and to pace. It's really important to understand where you fall in that dominance, inspiring, steadiness, and conscientiousness blend in order to get the most out of yourself and find your growth areas. Now, we're actually a blend of all four, so you do have a little bit of each of these in you. In today's video, we're going to talk about a high S style leadership. Noting that every high S will be different depending on their unique blend of these traits. Now, if you were to summarize a high S leader in one word, the word we would use is steadiness. They love calm. They like to predict what's going to happen. They prefer peace over chaos. And they're incredibly supportive leaders that may be a little bit conflict avoidant. Now, you'll recognize a high S leader because they love to be on a first name basis. They're kind of what we would say in the workplace are the people leaders. Statistically, they make up 30 to 35% of the leaders. So you're likely to at least have experienced a high S leadership at some point in your career. And they prefer, like it is internal to them, to consult and confer with others before making a decision. Some examples of a high S leader are Lady Diana, Bob Marley, and Michelle Obama. So if you recognize yourself in this leadership style, you're in great company. Now, to describe the high S leader in a sentence, it would be, we are better when we work together. You will often find a high S leader in careers such as healthcare, counseling, education, and customer service because they are natural helpers and they want to help you and make sure you feel included. But they're not without their challenges. Now listen, I'm a high IS or a high SI depending on when I take the report. So I feel a little called out in this one too, but there is so much here that resonates with my leadership style that I can see the challenges. If you're wondering if you're a high S leader, think of some of the feedback you've received from people. Has anyone ever told you, oh my gosh, you are such a good listener? Or, you can say no sometimes. You don't have to say yes to everything. While the steady leader, that supportive leader, that calm leader will always have a network of people around them, they may also be seen as too compliant, soft-hearted or tender-hearted, and acquiescent. With a focus on keeping the peace, the high S leader may avoid high-risk situations or the unknown, and maybe even a little bit of conflict avoidance, which, being in the conflict conversational world, I have trained myself to be in there. I used to be very much conflict avoidant and had no voice. Now, in meetings and times of change, the high S leader would be the one that would say, hey, how are these changes going to affect my team? Because remember, they are focused on others making sure they're included and want to make sure that there's not drastic changes because high S leader loves calm, predictable, steady environments. Now, on the flip side of that calm, steady environment is a high S leader repressing their feelings. In fact, it's like that duck on the water. The duck is swimming and looks really cool on top of the surface, but under the water, those feet are going like mad. That's the high S leadership style. You won't rarely see their emotions unless they've been pushed too far for too long, and then you might see an outburst. So if you're working with a high S leader and this style frustrates you, here's some tips on how to get along better. Number one, Anytime you have a conversation with a high S leader, make sure you include time for dialogue, for collaboration. Structure longer meetings because they're going to want to talk through things to make sure they understand the impact to their team. Number 2, share how the priorities or the process that's coming into play will actually benefit their team. Focus on the team because that's the high S's priority, is making sure everybody's included. Number 3, when change is to happen with a high S leader, be proactive. Give them information ahead of time. Let them look through the content so that when they come to the meeting, they are well prepared and well versed to ask about their questions. Now, of course, we can't end this without talking about conflict. The high S leader in times of conflict may feel like their values, their feelings, their needs are not important. And if they have been repressing this for a long time, as I shared earlier, high S's tend to not share their feelings. They stuff them down in favor of a steady, calm, inclusive environment. Then a conflict may actually trigger an explosive conversation for them. So if somebody all of a sudden acts out of the norm, that might also be a clue you have a high S leader and they have been stuffing these things for a darn long time. So understanding the high S leader will help you be more successful in your conversations with them, in your collaboration with them, and getting your projects done to completion faster. My name is Tammy Dunnett, your leadership and communication skills coach. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow for more videos just like this. I talk about content all related to solving interpersonal problems with interpersonal solutions. It is my mission to support you in your growth, and I'd love to have you along for the journey.